In less than 6 months, I more than doubled my testosterone levels from 656 to 1396 nanograms per deciliter. That's over 3 times the average guy's levels. And I built my dream physique. I didn't do it using any steroids or supplements or any other crap like that. I did it using something that I call the Tarzan lifestyle. See, most guys today, they're stuck in their home, jerking off, gooning all night, eating junk food, and living a modern sedentary lifestyle. And they're wondering why they have low energy and no drive to go to the gym and build muscle. And in today's video, I'm gonna break down exactly what the Tarzan lifestyle is and how you can use it towards your advantage to increase your testosterone, have more energy, and see better gains in the gym. The Tarzan lifestyle is when you stop living like a modern addict. You stop being indoors all day, scrolling on TikTok, glued to your screens until midnight. You stop watching porn. You stop eating junk food. You stop doing all of these modern things that's designed to make you weak. And instead you return to the lifestyle that your body was meant to thrive in. Nature, discipline, and challenges. A lifestyle that your DNA recognizes. A lifestyle that makes you feel like you again. The first pillar is adventure. I think that the number one thing that's missing in today's modern environment is adventure. Thing that your ancestors had. This includes going out into nature, climb a tree, go rock climbing, go skydiving, go swim with sharks, go sign up for a fight, go jump in a freezing lake. I'm gonna provide a list of different things and adventures that you can do. But the goal is to go on at least one weekly adventure every single week. Have a weekly adventure, okay? This can be a social event, a big workout, something that excites you. See, your body wasn't built to be indoors all the day under fluorescent lights and scroll on TikTok. Your body, your DNA is designed to be outside into nature, to live under stress, to do things, to move, to be actionable, alright? So your action step for today is to go outside and climb a tree. Pillar number 2, win a fight. See, our ancestors were constantly in battle and challenges, and you need to stimulate the same thing. When you fight, when you compete, your testosterone goes through the roof, okay? It's been studied. One of the most effective ways to reach high testosterone is by adding more challenges, more competition, and more fighting, okay? All the UFC fighters have such high testosterone levels, and they're not on steroids, and they're training a lot, okay? So their testosterone would even be higher if they didn't train as much, because overtraining spikes cortisol, alright? The way that you're gonna stimulate this is by joining a martial arts gym and picking up a martial arts. This can be Muay Thai, kickboxing, wrestling, BJJ, MMA, mixed martial arts, okay? Any form of mixed martial arts. Choose the one, try all different kinds, and pick the one that you like the most. And then start going to the sparring sessions, okay, the weekly fighting sessions, where you're not just doing, mitt work and bag work. You're not just doing practice techniques. Okay, that's good in the start. But once you've learned to master that after a few months, then you want to start sparring more. That's when you challenge your competitive ability. And then you're going to sign up for a fight. And you can wrestle your brothers or your friends out on the sand. You can buy some gloves, go outside on the grass, do some boxing, challenge each other and do that. Alright, your action step for today is to Google mixed martial arts gyms in your city and go on a free class this week. By the way, if you want to double your testosterone and build an aesthetic physique, then follow me over on Instagram. It's the link in the description. I post super effective daily actionable advice that you can follow and apply to instantly see higher testosterone and more gains in the gym. Alright, number 3, nature. And I know that this is a video about testosterone. How does nature help you increase your testosterone and build more muscle? By being out into nature, you are gonna improve every single health metric. All your hormones, your testosterone is gonna go up by a few different ways. One, it's gonna lower your cortisol, which will directly increase your testosterone. If your cortisol is high, your testosterone will automatically be lower, because a chemical called cholesterol converts into either testosterone or cortisol, and nature has been shown in studies, and it's just common sense, that it makes you feel calmer and lowers cortisol, and it also regulates your pineal gland to get deeper sleep during the night, which is when you produce testosterone. And this is the most powerful thing you can do for testosterone and health overall, by surrounding yourself in nature. All of the foods that you're supposed to eat, okay, meat, all of that comes from nature. So why would you just eat it and not surround yourself and immerse yourself in it? So go outside, lay on the grass, walk barefoot out in the nature, take off your socks and shoes and t-shirt, get sunlight on your chest, watch the sunrise without the screen for once in your life, for Christ's sake. Go on a hike, swim, run, do some activity out in nature. So if you think that is boring just to go out in nature, or do some meditation, listen to the birds, okay? Live like your ancestors who had the highest testosterone did. Get sunlight on your skin, okay? Every damn day, okay? Take off your shirt once you're out in the nature. Alright, now every single moment that you're out in nature will benefit your testosterone, your health, and your sleep, okay? And it's nice to be out into nature, it's enjoyable. So your action step for today is to walk outside into nature for at least 30 minutes, and tomorrow watch the sunrise. Pillar number 4, rest. Without rest, if you're only exercising, if you're only fighting, if you're only doing activating activities, that's gonna spike your testosterone, okay, in the short term. But you're not gonna be able to keep it high. You need to balance it with rest. You need to balance your parasympathetic nervous system with your sympathetic nervous system. Balance the fight or flight with the rest and recovery, alright? So, I'm gonna share with you my sleep protocol. The first thing that I do every single day and night is I have a consistent wake up time and bedtime. I go to sleep every night at 10 p.m. I wake up every morning at 8 a.m. and I have this also on the weekends. This way my body can regulate testosterone and cortisol. It doesn't get confused. Once you sleep later on the weekends, it becomes confusing for the body. The upper limit is 1 hour. So if you want to wake up an hour later some nights, that's fine. But once you start going to 2, 3, 4 hours, that's when your body starts to get thrown off. Then the second thing I do is I view sunrise within 30 minutes of waking up, okay? The earlier in the morning that you can get sunrise, the better. And even on a cloudy day, go outside and get it. Because if it's cloudy, you're getting tons of sunlight compared to being inside. If you're inside, you get about 1/10 of the sunlight that you would get on a normal cloudy day. Then I avoid eating 3 hours before bed. When you eat, your heart rate gets stimulated and it starts pumping to, deal with the digestive processes. So you want to have a limit, depending on how big your meal was before bed, about 2 to 4 hours. Depending if it was a light meal, you can go 2 hours. If it was a really big meal, you might go with 4 hours so your body can digest. The other thing is I avoid screens 1 to 3 hours before bed to allow my body to get into those deep delta brainwave sleep stages, because screens not only has blue light, which blocks melatonin, which is the sleep hormone, it has flickering light, which means that it flickers, it turns off and on every second. And it also stimulates your dopamine, okay? So it's very stimulating. It disturbs sleep. So you want to limit it 1 to 3 hours before bed and exchange it for an activity like reading a book, playing a game, doing something like that. Maybe you can play chess or read a fiction book, learn something, develop and grow instead of just scrolling on TikTok and getting nowhere. Then I make sure that my room is first off cold, not warm, because your body sleeps best when it's cold. Think about it, the sun, during the day the sun is up, it's warmer. During the night the sun is down, it's colder. Our bodies are designed to sleep in a cold environment. Then I make sure that it's pitch black, okay? You want to simulate nature. How would nature be? It would be pitch black with a few stars and the moon outside. Okay, your action step for today is to turn off screens 1 hour before bed. So instead of laying in bed and scrolling until the last minute you fall asleep, you're gonna turn it off, you're gonna read a book, you're gonna play a game, you're gonna go outside and watch the sunset or do something really calming. And the fifth and final pillar, we're gonna break down the hunter diet. If you wanna have testosterone levels as high as your hunter-gatherers, you gotta eat a hunter-gatherer diet, which means that you're not waking up in the morning pouring some fucking chocolate cereal with estrogen milk, alright? You're gonna wake up in the morning, you're gonna be fasted, and you're gonna hunt after your meal. You're gonna do some work, some exercise, some activity, and you're gonna do this for 2 to 3 hours or even longer if you're a fat ass, okay? This way you're stimulating the way that your hunter-gatherer sleep. They didn't wake up in the goddamn morning and pour some fucking Red 40 and Red 30 cereal and pour some fucking estrogen milk with that, okay? They got out, they hunted down an animal, they hunted down a boar, a gazelle, okay? After you're fasted, you're not gonna pour your cereal then. No, you're gonna eat steak, eggs, organs, bone marrow, okay? Natural animal-based foods. This is what our hunter-gatherers thrived upon, okay? And then besides that, you can add some fruit. So what would our hunter-gatherers eat? They would go out, they would hunt down an animal, okay? That's what they would eat, okay? So they would eat the animal, the whole animal. They would eat the meat and the organs. They would eat some eggs. They would make some raw cheese, some raw milk, okay? And then they would pick some fruits, climb up on a coconut tree, pick some coconuts, okay? This is the diet you want to stimulate. They would eat some honey, some maple syrup, okay? Some natural sugars and carbohydrates that are good for you. Eggs is great. You want to eat tons of eggs. It contains cholesterol, which converts into testosterone. Now, your action step for today is to eat 7 to 10 eggs before bed. And I know you're not used to this, but it will give you all of the cholesterol and it will give you so much energy. But listen up, most guys will never reach 1,000 plus testosterone because they're too weak to make these changes. But if you watch this far, then I know that you're not most guys. If you want to skip the trial and error and get a proven step-by-step system tailored to you, then you need personalized coaching. If you want to get a guaranteed 2 to 3x testosterone increase and build an aesthetic physique faster than 99% of guys, my clients have hit testosterone levels over 1,000 plus testosterone, okay? I'll put up proof here on the screen, okay? This system simply works, okay? Inside my coaching, I will give you a step-by-step testosterone maxing system to ensure you that you get above 1,000. I'll help you follow a step-by-step nutrition plan to make sure that it aids in your testosterone and muscle growth, whether your goal is to bulk up or lean down. And I'll help you develop a training program that gets you an aesthetic V-tapered body and adds on you lean muscle mass. And I'll help you implement powerful lifestyle changes that dramatically affect your testosterone and I'll help you track and optimize everything so you're able to be consistent with it. So to make sure that you guaranteed see results. But hey, listen, this is not for everyone. I only take on a few clients per month to make sure that they get insane results. So if you're actually serious about this, then click the top link in the description to book a completely free call with me, where we'll see if you're a right fit for my coaching.